am Patil Yogesh Ashok Rao. I am currently working in Indian Police Service. I am making this video for the initiative of the DKT. In this video, we will see the power sharing topic of democratic politics of the 10th class. So in this power sharing topic, we will see why do we need to share the power and what are the modes of sharing the power through the example of the Belgium and Sri Lanka, and also what is the power sharing mechanism in India. So let's begin. So what is actual power sharing? You must have seen that, you must have heard on the news that there are organs like legislative, executive and judiciary, and they share some kind of relationship among each other. Or you may have heard about सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, दैट इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, और यू मे बी रिसाइडिंग एनी स्टेट, जैसे कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट होता है, ओके, एंड जो आप लोकल म्यूनिसिपैलिटी या ग्राम पंचायत होता है, ओके, उनमें भी एक तरह का पावर शेयरिंग होता है. हमारे घर में भी पावर शेयरिंग होता है, ओके. सम पावर वी हैव टू आवर फादर, सम पावर जो मदर के पास होती है, सम पावर आपके पास होती है. सो दिस इज अ पावर शेयरिंग मैकेनिज्म. तो हम ये क्यों करते हैं? सो टू डिवाइड द टास्क और टू परफॉर्म द टास्क बेटर. There can be any reason behind that. So that is the actual exact reason behind this power sharing mechanism. So what we will see the example through the Belgium and Sri Lanka in the country's context. When we take the example of the country, let's say अगर हमारा घर होता है, so it is a homogeneous, everybody is related. But हम अगर एक country के बारे में सोचते हैं, so country में बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, okay, the people of different religion, different language, different region, okay. So accommodate them and to give power to them, to empower them, we need some kind of mechanism. जैसे कि अभी बेल्जियम में अगर हम देखते हैं, now in Belgium 59% of the population is Dutch speaking population. They speak Dutch language and they live in this Flemish area. This is the map of Belgium. This is the rough map of Belgium. This is the Flemish area. In this Dutch people live. And this 40% population, this is a French people, and they live in this Walloon area, and 1% people are German people. Okay, so this is the demography of the Belgium. Now when we look at Brussels, which is the capital of the Belgium, 80% of the population is French and 20% of the population is Dutch speaking. Okay, so when this kind of situation is there, so there is a high chance that there can be resentment among one section or other. So this is exact thing happened in Belgium. So this French speaking population, they evolved all the economic advantage, at the same time उनका जो educational advantage है ये French speaking population ने बहुत जल्दी लिया. Okay, so because of that, this is a very developed community, French community, and because of that, this Dutch community, despite being 60% population, around 60% population in the Belgium, they resented against the French speaking population. So because of that, वहाँ पे एक रिजेंटमेंट की वजह से वायलेंस होता है, ओके, वायलेंस की वजह से इंस्टेबिलिटी क्रिएट होती है. तो एक वो सिचुएशन क्रिएट हुई. सो हाउ कैन यू सॉल्व दैट सिचुएशन? थ्रू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. जैसे कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में वी हैव गिवन सो मेनी फीचर्स, ओके, वी हैव अकोमोडेटेड डिफरेंट सेक्शंस, जैसे कि विमेन है, डिप्रेस्ड क्लासेस है, या डिफरेंट रीजन्स की डिमांड है, ओके. सो हमने बहुत सारे सेक्शंस को, बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स को अकोमोडेट किया है, ओके. दिस इज द सेम थिंग हैपेंड हियर. So what they did, so they adopted the policy of accommodation. So what they did in accommodation, so in the central government of the Belgium, the equal representation is given to Dutch speaking ministers and French speaking ministers, okay. So Dutch speaking ministers 50% and French speaking minister 50%. Also these two regions, they have been given more power. These are the regions. These regions are not subordinate to the central government. These regions are not subordinate to central government and they have separate powers. जैसे फेडरलिज्म में होता है. You must have heard the example of the USA. Okay, that is our next topic. We will see that in next topic. Okay, and third, in Brussels, we have seen that 80% population is French and 20% is Dutch. But despite that, in Brussels there is a separate government. ओके, ब्रुसेल्स में सेपरेट गवर्नमेंट है, तो सेपरेट गवर्नमेंट में भी इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेशन इज गिवन टू बोथ डच एंड फ्रेंच. सो व्हाई डिड फ्रेंच एक्सेप्ट दैट? Because in the central government, Dutch people accepted equal representation to French. That's why they have given equal representation to Dutch in Brussels. Also, there is another kind of arrangement is there which is called as community government. So community government में क्या होता है? In community government, this all the issues about language, religion, culture, they are decided by this community government. So in the case of Belgium, they adopted the policy of accommodation. So when there will be the crisis like situation, we need to find some kind of mechanism. So after independence of India, also we drafted our Constitution of India. Okay, so Constitution of India contains all these features. Now take the example of the Sri Lanka. In the case of Sri Lanka, 74% of the population is Sinhala population. Okay, they speak Sinhalese language. Then 18% of the population is Tamil population. Okay, they speak Tamil language, and 7% of the population is Christian population. Okay, so this is also some heterogeneous mechanism in this country also, Sri Lanka also. There is some kind of different heterogeneous population is living. यहाँ पे जो है this entire area this is occupied by mostly Sinhalese people. Okay, यहाँ पे सेंट्रल में थोड़े से Indian Tamils है. But this north region and eastern region, this is occupied by Tamil people. Okay, so what policy they formulated in Sri Lanka? There was a policy of majoritarianism. So what actually happened in majoritarianism? The major community, that is Sinhala community, they tried to impose certain condition on the other population. How? So when Sri Lanka became independent, so after that there is official language. So official language status is given to Sinhala. But when Tamil people demanded that also give official status to Tamil, they didn't allow it. Also, in case of university jobs or in case of education, in case of employment, the preference is given to the Sinhala population. So there was discrimination in language, there was discrimination in employment, there was discrimination in culture. So because of that, there will be resentment. So when resentment crisis occur, this Belgium country, the leaders in the Belgium country, they handle pretty well. But in Sri Lanka, the majority community, Sinhala community, they did not give any rights to this Tamil population, led to alienation of Tamil. Okay, so because of that, there arises the condition of the civil war. Have you heard about Litte? Okay, so this Tamil Ilam, so they wanted to form a different country for Tamil people. And because of that, from 1980s, there started a civil war in which the civilian started fighting against government. So these Tamil people started fighting against the government of Sri Lanka and led to civil war, led to instability. And because of that, ये instability की वजह से क्या होता है? Let's say हमारे कंट्री में war चल रहा है, तो war चल रहा है तो economic crisis will be there. Because economic condition का एक problem होगा. Okay, so these kind of crisis Sri Lanka में हुआ. Okay, so these are two examples. So what do we learn from Belgium and Sri Lanka? So we learned that in Belgium they adopted a policy of accommodation. Because of that, the Belgium country still it is thriving country, and both the population Dutch and French living side by side very happily. But in Sri Lanka, the civil war started and civil war ended in 2009, and because of that, there was loss of lives and livelihood. Okay, so this was the condition there. So why power sharing is desirable? So from these two countries, we have seen that there is a power sharing. Okay, yes, power sharing is there, but why is it desirable? Despite being both these countries are democratic countries, okay, the elected government is there in Sri Lanka also and Belgium also. Both of these are democracy. So despite being democracy, why power sharing is desirable? One, stability. If there is no power sharing mechanism, there won't be stability in the country. If power sharing is not defined, और एक majority community है, it is trying to impose certain condition on the minority community, then definitely that minority community will fight against majority community. There is one again example, that is example of the Bangladesh. In 1971, from when Pakistan became independent, this is India. इंडिया में यहाँ पे एक बांग्लादेश था, वेस्ट पाकिस्तान, यहाँ पे वेस्ट पाकिस्तान था एंड यहाँ पे ईस्ट पाकिस्तान था. So वेस्ट पाकिस्तान started imposing condition on the ईस्ट पाकिस्तान, जैसे कि ऑफिशियल रिकॉग्निशन गिवन टू उर्दू और बंगाली को दिया नहीं. Then the Dhaka, the Bengali people, they demanded that Dhaka should be second capital, but the status was not given to it. Okay, and because of that, the population in the Bangladesh, they resented, and finally 1971 East Pakistan separated from the Pakistan and led to formation of the new country, that is Bangladesh. So stability is required. Why stability? When there is a stability, there will be economic development of the country, and because of that there will be lives and livelihood होगी, सबके पास जॉब होगा, एम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी. सो सबके पास अगर एम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी, एवरीबडी विल बी हैप्पी, everybody will be able to afford education, there will be very good condition for the health. Okay, so there will be empowerment of the people. So this is one. Then second is for the spirit of democracy. So we know democracy is for the people, by the people. Okay, so when there is a democracy and if the power is not given to the common people, then what is the purpose of that democracy? Nothing. So to have a thriving democracy in a country, we need to have some power sharing mechanism in that country. So that's why this stability, this is a prudential reason, we can say this is a wisdom's reason, and the spirit of democracy, this is a moral reason. Okay, so these two reasons. So for power sharing, which kind of mechanism every country uses? There are different mechanisms in every country. So there are 4 specific mechanisms used one or other in every country. One is different organs, जैसे कि legislative is there, executive is there, and judiciary is there. So there is a power sharing. Different work has been allocated to legislature. Legislature क्या करता है? Law form करता है. Executive, it implements the law, and judiciary, it checks the judicial review of that particular law. Okay, so this is the task given to 3 different organs. So there is a power sharing mechanism in 3 different organs. Second, government at different levels. हमारे इंडिया में कैसे है? There is central government, government of India, then there is a state government, and then there is local government. आपने visit किया होगा, okay? You must have visited in ग्राम पंचायत और municipality और नगर पंचायत, okay? जैसे कि मंडल है, ब्लॉक है, okay? You must have visited there. So there is government at different levels. That is called as federalism. So we will see that federalism in our next topic. Then there is different social groups. What can be different social groups? There can be groups like women. There can be groups like person with disabilities, transgenders. So in our constitution, we have given different powers to them. In local body election, 33% reservation is given to women. Also, reserved constituencies are there in Lok Sabha election and state legislative assembly election. Okay, so the different social groups and political parties, pressure groups. We have different political parties, and these different political parties and pressure groups are there. And power, there is a different kind of power sharing mechanism in these political parties and pressure groups. Okay, so the basic thing here is कितना पावर शेयरिंग हो रहा है, कहाँ से हो रहा है, किन लोगों में हो रहा है. ओके, ये हमारा एक बेसिक एम होता है to serve, as we have seen, stability and spirit of democracy. These are 2 main reasons. For that we need to have some power sharing mechanism, or there will be some kind of resentment, and it will lead to civil war. Civil war lead to destruction of lives and livelihood, and there are many countries in the world which are going through such kind of crisis. In the Africa, in the South America, there are many countries. Okay, so because of that, if one organ, let's say अगर यहाँ पे different organs हैं, legislative is there, executive is there, and judiciary is there. Let's say इंडिया में आप condition consider करें कि executive is, if it is not responsible to legislature, अगर हमारा executive ministers, we have ministers, if they are doing anything, and if the state legislative, that is our parliament, if parliament is not able to remove that legislature, remove that executive which is not performing the task, then that will be disastrous. Okay, that's why we need to have some power sharing mechanism. Okay, so this is all about power sharing mechanism in the democratic politics. So we will see in the next topic, we will see the federalism. Thank you.